Look at that. He's a paid professional now. Oh, hang on. My fucking lamp's not even in shot. Am I obscured or are we all good? Yep. All right.
Exposure.
I'd rather have the lamp in shot, to be honest. I'd rather it than Mike. No fair. He's getting good at this before he leaves. Welcome to episode 14 of the Willpower Weightlifting Podcast. Now, you join us this evening on the full moon. Thank you, universe. Thank you, moon. Joined by Michael Farmer.
Hello.
Jordan SAKKAS.
Hello.
Captain KEDWARD.
Hello.
And myself. And so we are here in the Red Brick with a smattering of the Willpower membership, which is there. They've just had fish and chips. Well, they haven't had fish. Anyone have fish? No. They all had chips, though. I'll do an early sponsor. From the Chippy, on the tranche, run by Alan and his helpers, so it says. And they're sponsoring the show tonight. They don't know it yet. They've been there for 102 years, since 1920. That place has been a Chippy.
Wow.
Fucking right. And they got it. They're good chips, aren't they?
Very good chips.
And apparently the, what is it? The curry sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, the Irish curry sauce.
No, it wasn't the
Ooh, hang
Irish,
on.
It was the other one.
The Irish was good, though.
You know, Irish curry sauce is the best curry sauce
Oh, I
in
don't
a
know,
chippy.
try that.
I'm not even following. Irish curry
Right,
sauce.
you got chip shop curry sauce.
Is that what you had,
Chinese.
Captain?
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
chip shop?
Yeah.
Standard.
Right.
You got Chinese curry sauce.
All right.
Say no more. And then you've got the Irish curry sauce. I'm not sure what makes it Irish,
Potato?
but there's something about it that is incomparable in my opinion.
Oh, disagree.
It's
Strong feelings early on in the podcast.
With that one, anyway.
Wow.
it's
And Alex had a KFC. He's fucking munching away on it. So, we arrive here at the podcast, viewer, with lots to tell you, lots going on. The first thing that I've got to tell you, well, it is the second thing because I did the sponsor first, is that we have a competition at the Willpower on April the 30th and May the 1st. It's a 2-day competition. I believe it's almost sold out. Yeah, isn't it, Tom? So there's probably only about 10 or 15 places left, and by the time this airs on April the 1st, you'll be fucking lucky to get a place. But if you do want to lift at the... it's our 10-year anniversary here at Willpower Weightlifting, and that competition is specifically for a celebration of our 10 years here at the beautiful basement in Pontypool. Message us on Instagram or email us on train@willpowerweightlifting.com. No, co.uk or com. Com, right, thank you.
you were so close.
I was. I almost had it. Almost had it. And if you'd like to come and enjoy all of the weightlifting and the competition and get involved in all the festivities, please do so. Contact us or contact Tom, really. Don't contact me. I never respond. Tom will respond to you politely. And then you can enter yourself into the competition. All people are welcome. So give us a shout out. Thank you. Right. That's that done. Training. Let's get on with that. Now, Captain, you turned up in a leather jacket tonight. Thought you came on a fucking Harley Davidson.
Just a coat.
A coat? Is it faux leather or real leather? Faux. All right. No animals.
Nothing wrong with that.
No animals died for that fucking coat. Lovely. How was your training tonight?
My training was good tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just snatching twice a week, which is not the main aim, is it? I'm just doing that twice a week. So my main aim is strength and clean and jerk.
Strength and clean jerk. Come a bit closer, Captain, because you're just fading out a little bit.
Yes.
So why is your main aim strength and clean and jerk?
Because that's what I asked for.
All right.
Because I need more help with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you say you asked for, did you give an extensive list of stuff you wanted to add into your program?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the main aim.
So a little bit like a Christmas list, like a child does a
Which
Christmas
was-
list to Santa.
Yeah, and it was way too much.
Loads of stuff in your
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
Way
There's
too
only so much Santa can put in his sack, as it were. And
So
you.
I'm really happy with that.
Oh, so what's the main focus? You got the strength and the clean jerk. So what are you doing in that?
What am I?
Well, what exercises you into focus?
Lots of cleans, below the knee cleans. Lots of pulling deadlifts, which I haven't done before. And then squatting 4 times a week, I think it is.
Four times a week. Right. And how's the body feeling?
Feels really good.
Legs good, back good?
Yeah. Really
All right.
good.
So you're in good shape. We'll come on to your competition a little later. Michael, your training. You've last time we all guffawed at you, didn't we? It was a guffaw.
Rightly so.
Yeah, rightly so. But you're back in training now. This is end of week 2.
End of week 2, doing training. Pretty much back to where I was. Bar maybe 5 kilos off training load.
Yep.
So it doesn't take long normally with me to come back to training.
I think he's boasting.
So you lucky.
That's not a boast.
Doesn't take long for Mike. Finely tuned athlete. So you have a lot of volume.
Yeah, as per.
Didn't you pass out on squats this week? We didn't pass
I
out.
pass out?
You just collapsed.
I had twice. I reached failure twice in squats this week. It tend to be a common occurrence in a prep block for me.
Yeah.
We find a point and yeah, I feel a bit sick as well. I drop to the floor. It's very dramatic. It's fine though. People used to be concerned when I started convulsing on the floor after reaching failure in my legs.
Who, Mike? I can't believe it was anybody here.
Liv looked
Olivia.
concerned.
Yeah.
Liv.
No, nice, Liv.
And Keds.
Definitely.
Everyone else, no sympathy.
It's
No.
theatre,
Live and cats.
isn't it? It's,
I do it all for attention.
it's all bravado.
The mums.
You missed the squat this week, Jordan, you? Twice?
Yeah.
Was that theatre?
Well, I didn't make a song and dance, but
Yeah, you did.
I did actually. I shouted in anger.
Grr.
You have been angry recently.
Oh, yeah, very, very angry.
You have been angry.
Very.
Now, last podcast, we mentioned your calorie deficit. Has that got anything to do with the anger, do you think? Because you're not eating as much food.
No, I don't think so. Because I feel satiated and energized in training. I'm just
Angry?
getting very frustrated.
Miserable.
I wouldn't say miserable. It's intentful, isn't it? It's applied in. Yes, and the training sort of accommodates that. We're doing a lot of repetitions, but in the form of singles, where I can apply that focus and not get fatigued through rep 2 and 3 and things like that. Where we'll have 10 singles, for example, on a Monday, and I can use that applied focus through the warm up and then through those repetitions. It's been really good, really tailored to what I'm trying to achieve, and the movement's feeling like the quality is increased.
Tell me about that second 135 snatch.
In what
Tonight.
for good or for bad?
Just you tell me about it.
Well, it didn't feel heavy at all. It sort of surprised me. But what was quite nice is I was able to sit into it, and I sat.
Now, I've watched you for a decade.
Yeah.
And that was a snatch unlike any other snatch I'd seen you snatch.
Right.
From a positive sense, you're all right? I was like,
Shut me a beer,
fuck. That was a beautiful pull.
Yeah.
Delayed. It was fucking beautiful. And you sat in it. I was like, what have I just seen?
You did make a noise.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what have I just seen? I thought I'd save it for now. Because okay, how did it feel?
Not great. But I mean, I was very pleased with the fact that I was able to, like, it must have been dead on for me to be able to sit into the bottom of a snatch, whereas typically I bounce straight out of it.
I suggest to ye that had you not have pulled it that late, that would have been one of those that you would have come out of. Yeah. And you
sure.
stayed on it. And it was like, fuck, okay. That was a different perceived position. It was just a different kind of lift. It was like, all right.
Below parallel.
It was fucking definitely below parallel.
Yeah, so this is what I've been saying to you this past few weeks is with this newfound emphasis and new ability to stay flat for longer and utilize the legs for longer, I'm feeling as though we're going to break past numbers that we've stuck on in training, and we're going to be able to have exposures to 40s to 45s in training. And once this movement starts to bleed into my just daily technique without application, so I can subconsciously doing it, I feel like I'm going to be able to hit more doubles and trebles and that with heavier weights. I'm really confident in how this is going to transition into my training. It's just obviously like anything technical, it requires patience, focus, and some days can be frustrating when you start to revert back to type.
Mike, let's go back to your, was it 2 Fridays ago you had the bet?
Yeah.
And you clean and jerked 100, well, you didn't clean and jerk 150, you cleaned it and missed the jerk.
Yeah. Then 55 clean, missed the jerk.
Yeah. And so we had you may have seen it, viewers, there was a little bit of a Instagram story or whatever the fuck it is, a reel. And Mikey ended up sticking the jerk on 55 with no capacity to recover it whatsoever.
None.
Did you pay Jordan? He hasn't paid him yet.
No. But I think I bought a round of beers in town the other day.
But wouldn't that depict that everyone else bought a round too?
It's a communal thing.
That's what a round is, Mike.
So, a 20's like fucking oblong, not round, right? So you haven't given him his 20 yet.
No.
All right, well, I'll leave that with you two. We've had a competitions recently. We had the competition at Wild Boar and at Oldbury. Is that right, Captain? Where did you lift?
Oldbury.
You lifted at Oldbury, and how did you get on?
I snatched 68 and clean and jerked 86.
Snatched
Yeah.
68, clean jerked 86. So that's a good day for you.
Yeah, I had a really good competition.
Lovely. Tom Jolly, who else lifted at that competition?
At Oldbury on the Saturday,
Yep.
we had Beth Watkins.
Beth, she had a 6 for.
She had a 6'4".
Very good day. 73.93, wasn't it?
73.93. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
We had Janine.
Yep.
Went 2 for. Not best comp. That was my fault, not hers.
Oh, Tom's Janine. I don't know if you can hear Tom, but he's admitted that it was his responsibility.
She knows.
All right. Okay.
Meg had a stormer.
Meg had a stormer. Yeah. What did you hit, Meg? You say it, Meg. In 68.91.
5 for.
PB competition 5 for. PB comp total. Oh, fucking great. Lifetime PB clean jerk. Lovely.
Olivia.
Yep.
62.78.
62.78. Solid. Liv.
And we had also.
Get some steak in you.
130, 155.
30.50. Charlie had a good day.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
yeah,
He had a good day. Yeah, Charlie had a good day, yeah. And then we went to Wild Boar. Was that right? That was the following day. There was a busy weekend of lifting. Were they both tier 3s?
Yes, correct, yeah. We had Charlie Mack, 112, 140.
12.40, come back, Mac.
Yeah.
Lovely. Happy with that, Charlie? Yeah, lovely. Can't hear him. He's out of mic.
Yeah, good. We had Katie, first competition.
Yeah.
Katie's first competition, yeah.
Very proud to be wearing the numbers, the jersey, 41.51.
41.51 for Katie. Well done, Katie. Good lifting.
Keris had a very good day. I want to say 5 for as well, 64.88.
Keris had a solid day, 64.88. Lovely.
Ray went back to her old stomping ground.
Oh, yeah, Ray had a good
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
68.88.
68.8. Lifetime comp total for Ray. Fucking solid.
If there was one more snatch, she would have made 71 quite comfortably.
Lovely. And then she made, she hit 70 odd the week after, I think, didn't she? Yeah, she's in fucking good nick.
And not forgetting Moose.
Yeah.
George Latter,
That was
yeah, the
brilliant
Moose.
At the end, that was.
Sessions ever. He,
Yeah, it was brilliant.
85, 103.
Moose hit 85 103.
Yeah, he got kilos.
He got kiloed by whoever he was competing against. Fucking solid.
His mum and dad come to watch. as
Brilliant.
well.
Oh, lovely. So, look, there you go, viewer. That's the sort of weightlifting competitions that are put around the country, tier 3 comps, where people can go and just express themselves, have a good day without too much pressure, and test out what they've been doing in training. And they're all good fun, aren't they? It's well run in both camps, Wild Boar especially, I think. So well done to Josh Telling, I believe, down in Wild Boar. And Sam Heyer at Oldbury. Lovely. Nice to see you, Sam. Good. So that was the competitions. Now, where's my phone? There it is. Hold on, everyone. I've got to check. It's a new phone because I told you last time. Cancel. Hold on. Bluetooth, not connected. Connect Bluetooth. Right, it's called STONEHEWER. Fuck me.
Nick just did an eye roll. Sorry, that was so snaky. That was so snaky. I don't care, bro. I'll just take anyone on here.
STONEHEWER. Right. Call in STONEHEWER. You know what this is, viewer. This is Medieval Minutes. But this week, well, he's talking, but are we on? Fuck. Hold on, STONEHEWER. Hold on. I'm going to have to dump you out. Right.
I'll do it.
You can fill in, George. Bluetooth. Broadcaster not connected.
I don't think of anything medieval. I have no idea.
Caerphilly Castle.
There we are. We're connected. Right. I'll call STONEHEWER again. Right, thanks, George.
It was a castle, right?
There we are. We're ringing. Lovely. Okay. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It was me, STONEHEWER, not you. Me and the Bluetooth.
Right.
I have a failed relationship with Bluetooth. I'm sorry to say.
Is this the new phone?
It's the new phone. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Say no more. STONEHEWER, give us an update from. Oh, you had a big Friday tonight in Stockport Spartans. What's going on?
We did. So we're on week 11 of 12. We've got an internal comp next week. So tonight was a big Friday. Dion hit a PB on a snatch and was fractionally away from the jerk on a clean and jerk for a PB. Zara, who was one of our newer athletes, she's hit a PB in a snatch and a clean and jerk and a back squat.
Fucking full house. Good girl.
Yeah, so really good. Yeah,
Lovely.
so looking good for next week.
Excellent. Now then, I set you the task of the stridgel.
Yes.
Right. There's no minute, so there's no music. All right?
Okay.
But you can play the intro, Nick. Lovely. There we are. Thanks for the music, Nick. So, what did you find out about the stridgel?
Well, so my research tells me a stridgel is an instrument designed to scrape the skin as part of a bathing routine. The idea is to exfoliate the skin by removing dead skin cells and sweat and dirt following either a bath or some heavy exercise. It's usually made from a metal such as bronze, and it resembles a knife that's been bent in half with a channel in the middle that collects the dirt. The curved blade of the stridgel fits the shape of the body, and the concave form channels away all the sludge and oil. The process of using it's pretty straightforward. Following a bath or exercise, the person would cover themselves in an oil, and the stridgel would be used to scrape across the skin, usually with a bit of force, and you always scrape towards the torso, so I read. It was most popular during ancient Greece and Rome. It had various sizes, shapes, and designs, and it was used culturally as well as practically. So it is amongst one of the most common found items in late Roman soldiers' graves. Another interesting point is the oil and the sweat from the athletes was collected and was said to have been sold on nearby markets. It was used as an antidote to snake venom. It was supposed to give you a youthful glow, and it was supposed to give you extra strength, following. If it comes off the athlete, if you use it on your skin, you'll be as strong as that athlete, you see.
Fucking hell. Hang on, wait, how did they inhume or digest the athlete's detritus?
You would collect a little pot from the market, and then you'd take it home. And when you use the stridgel yourself, instead of putting oil in your skin, you would put this sludge all over your body, let it soak in, and then you'd scrape it off yourself.
So let me get this right, STONEHEWER. I got two international athletes sat next to me, and when I get them to start stridgeling next week, I will be taking their stridgeled remains into a pot, probably made by Bert the Potter, collect it in my fucking ceramic pot made by Bert, and then I'm going to apply their remains on my body to theoretically be as strong as them.
This is it. Can you imagine the smell that would come off this small pot? You know,
Stonehewer,
crazy,
my
isn't it?
sense of smell thankfully hasn't worked for fucking a decade since I've been with my nephew. Good Lord. Right. Now, so who did the stridgeling? Was it soldiers and athletes or gladiators?
Soldiers and athletes mainly. It's as much as it was used by everyone during the bathing periods, it was strongly associated with athletes, probably because they sweated more than the most common person. But knowing full well that you'd collect it, it makes sense that they would strip themselves down to stop themselves smelling. It's an interesting point that bathing wasn't really seen as a way to keep yourself clean and, keep yourself away from infection. It was seen more as a vanity in the time. As long as you didn't smell, you were clean. That was the Greek philosophy.
Well, I'll trust the Greeks. Now, who did the stridgeling? Did they have a facilitator, or would they do it themselves?
It depends on your social standing. If you were rich enough, you'd have one of your slaves do it for you. If you were of a more humble class, you'd probably do it yourself. It's interesting that the stridgels that you'd use yourself had a longer handle, I imagine, so that you could reach places on your back and, under your legs and things like that. But the ones that were used by the servants and the slaves, they were a bit shorter. So I imagine they didn't need the reach.
Right. So I need a couple of... Now, what oil did they use, Stonehewer? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it kind of varies a bit. From what I can work it out, it was like a linseed oil. So rapeseed would work.
My favourite oil.
By the looks of it. Yeah, I don't think it was anything.
I got a tub of linseed oil right down by the fridge there. Right. So basically, so can you get a modern day stridgel?
You can. It's really interesting that as part of this research, I watched quite a lot of YouTube videos on these health and beauty experts that, they talk about this new innovative method for exfoliating skin, and it's a stridgel. It's the same thing we've been using for getting on 3,000 years. 3,000 years,
absolutely. Yeah, I stridgel my body once a week with coconut oil and one of my kitchen knives. Same shit.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Works a treat for me. And I look at me, I'm fucking 50. Look like fucking 21. Right, Stonehewer. So I would also suggest that it would myofascially release the myofascia.
Myofascially release.
Well, you know what I mean. It would release the myofascia from the when you're scraping the skin, you're going to get when we do it's like Graston when we're scraping anything like that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's bringing blood to the skin and helping any of the scar tissue that would have formed break down by the scraping of the blade.
I'd say, and exfoliating the skin at the same time. So repairing scar tissue, exfoliating the skin, making it look youthful.
I'm in. Fucking doing it. That's it. Compulsory. Sauna, ice bath, sauna, stridgel. That's how it's going to go in fucking Willpower from now on. Stonehewer, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, we have the competition in April, and you've got a collection of lifters coming down. Is that right?
I think we've got 5 so far. We all signed up within 10 minutes of the dates being released. Yeah, we can't wait for it.
Brilliant. Lovely. Right. Well, if we don't see you before, we'll see you then.
Okay.
All right. Good, lad. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. Now, we left Suki's in the shot, everyone. Suki the dog. She's our gym dog, aren't you, Suki? Yeah, she's in season, apparently. Yeah, and, what is she, George? What make is it? Sorry, what breed?
The German Shepherd.
German Shepherd. Suki the German Shepherd. There we are. You might have seen her there, viewer. Nick, come to my camera. This is... Joe, what do you call this? I know what I'm fucking calling it. What are you calling it? He hasn't got a name for it. So this is what a stridgel would look like, viewer. And Joe Walton uses this on his substantial body to massage it and scrape it. So I'll be claiming this off Joe to use for my daily routine. Okay, so we'll go from there into... we'll give a little call out for Katie Price. Captain, tell us about Katie Price.
Katie Price was my old junior.
She was your old junior. Yeah. Isn't that an oxymoron?
And she watches every episode.
Katie, thank you. She's a hairdresser and she watches every episode. She's not a weightlifter. She's just fucking keen on watching this podcast. Thank you, Katie Price, for watching all of our podcasts.
I love that.
Thank you, Katie.
Mike?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Lovely. Mike didn't call you up by your name, Katie. Now, it's been a big day for one of the Willpower members. Liam Davis has passed his theory. Liam has passed his driving theory test on the 10th. You heard that right. That's not a fucking faux pas. On the 10th try. Wasn't it, Liam? What was your lucky number? 4. Well, it's now 10. Even numbers.
Lucky number's even.
His lucky number is even. And he passed his theory test today on the 10th try.
He ain't making his first practical then, is he?
Well, we don't know. I mean, it may well be
Odds, isn't it?
that I'd bet him on his first go. Are we gonna put money on the table? Well, I'm not gonna ask Mike. He never pays up.
Mike, if he passes, you have to give him the 20 quid.
Yeah. Done.
Live on air. So I'm backing you, Liam, to pass first time. He will.
Fight and talk.
20 quid says he doesn't. And there we are. It's live on the camera.
20 quid says he doesn't.
If he does, he gets 40 then.
How is this working? All right, fine.
20 each.
Yeah.
I'm stumping up for him. Right, first time pass.
All right.
You're saying no.
We'll put 20 quid on it.
So it's 80
I'm
quid.
gonna get me fucking dough out. Right, look at that.
Can you put 20 in for me?
I can put anything in for you. What you got? Oh, Geordie's got a fucking proper one.
Hello.
I got brownies. There. Right, there you go, Liam. Who has the money? He can't have the money. It's like, he can't have the money.
We'll put it in a pot.
We'll put it in the pot. Right, okay. Lovely. So there you go, viewer. Mike haven't fucking stumped up, has he? No. He got no money. He's got his fucking shorts on. So, congratulations, Liam, on passing your driving test. Thank you to Katie Price for being a listener. That's wonderful. Thank you all for listening to this wonderful podcast of us rambling away here for about an hour or so. Captain, I got Hair by Kids written down here. Why don't you tell us what's happened?
I've just decided to go self-employed.
She's gone self-employed. You've got your own business doing the hair.
Yes.
You've got a logo.
I have, yes.
Right? Yeah. Hair by Kids.
Yeah.
And so you're now out there in the world with your hairdressing scissors. Yeah. Lovely. With your stock supplied by Olivia.
Yeah, Rush Wales.
Rush Wales, right?
Rush Wales.
Okay.
Rush Wales, come back.
Crikey, we got local businesses fucking galore here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Captain?
I feel very good about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Now then, I've got here, before we come on to you, pair, and what you've got for me, I've got for you first internationals. The memory of the first time you lifted internationally. So, right. Why don't one of you fucking start?
Yeah, I'll go. On my 16th birthday, I lifted for GB in Malta, which is quite cool. And that was my second competition ever. So that was a bit of a step up. So a bit of background of the comp. It was a development sort of meet. So GB would take their up-and-coming lifters. They'd pick a male and female from youth, junior, and under 23, I think. And it was called the Malta International Cup or something.
Yep. With Jesmond. Hello, Jesmond.
Yeah. So I went out there, and I believed I snatched PB of 95, and I clean and jerked 116.
In your first international comp.
Yeah, I was bricking it. Like,
yeah,
nothing can compare the feeling. You're on a plane, you're in a GB tracksuit. There's an old lady coming up to you saying, "You're going out to run the 800 meters." No, I'm not. I'm a weightlifter. No one believed me. Obviously, I was only
16 and twink.
I was very twink then, probably like 64 kilos. 16. Yep. But the elation that you feel when they say your names, it would be Michael Farmer, then Great Britain. That's the stuff that gives you goosebumps. That's the stuff that'll keep you awake at night and send you very peacefully to sleep. That's a good dream.
That is nice.
Yeah.
What did you do in the comp, Mike? What did it go 4 for, 2 for, 6 for, 3 for?
It was a make, miss, make, and it was a make, miss, make. 4 for 6.
4 for.
4 for.
All right.
Solid.
Take that on your first one.
Yeah, 100%.
Lovely.
My second
PBs
ever-
on the comp.
Second ever comp.
Yeah. First comp was in Welsh schools.
Welsh schools, Haverfordwest, then Malta.
On GB Vest.
G-Vest, yeah.
That's a very unusual pathway to Great British Vest, isn't it?
It don't always go like that.
No, it
Don't
does not.
expect that to happen.
I actually took Jordan's place.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
You had a wrist injury.
had a wrist injury, and just a bit of background. We've got a lot of family in Malta as well,
That's true.
and
Oh yeah, my dad.
Well, they
Flew out.
Flew out. So,
Yeah, fuck.
My
That's right.
grandpa and Nana Carol flew out, and all my cousins and uncles and aunties and all that were going to this competition, and then I hurt my wrist maybe 3 weeks before, and
Couldn't go.
They still went out on the jolly, but it was like, oh fuck, it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was all lined up. It was all set in stone when it was like my first GB event in front of all my Maltese
Family, yeah.
and it was it wasn't meant to be, and it set Mike up.
But you're Maltese as well, Mike.
Yeah, down the bloodline, there's a bit of Maltese there.
Lovely.
Which is funny. It's very apt that me and Jordan and yourself has come together.
Yeah.
Basically family.
Yeah.
Blood.
All blood. Yeah. So
Bit of a reach.
it's all right. I'll take it.
Take it.
Now, Jord, your first international comp. Where was that?
That was in Lochen, Austria, at the junior battle for Wales in 2014.
Yep. 2014.
Yep, we both went out there, and that was an incredible experience in itself. You know, what sticks out for me in that competition was the actual competition itself and how different it was to comps over here. There was an elevated platform, and then loads of like rows of tables and steins, and it was a very rowdy crowd. They talk whilst you're lifting. They bang their beers on the table as you're lifting, and it was just quite hostile and rough. It was very akin to like darts or beer keller festivals and things like that. It was just like
Constant volume, wasn't it?
yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, the MC had to tell people to be quiet through the lifts, and it was just like, you know, the typical sterile environment that you're used to in the UK. It was the antithesis of that over there. And as a 14-year-old kid going out there lifting for the first time, it was just like, this is mad.
Yeah.
You know, all I remember of that competition, it was a very good snatch day. So we hit 85 opener, 90 on the second, 95 on the third.
Yeah.
3 for 3. And my hands were ripped to shreds. So we had to tape up my hands.
Like today.
Yeah, wow. And then we had to tape them all up and go out there for the clean and jerks.
We actually got refereed by the tape, wasn't it? You know,
because we had tape that sort of went from the hand to the arm. Have we got
something going on? Oh, hang on.
Can we pause?
Fucking hell.
Can we pause?
Right, I'm not pausing. Right, something's going on. Something's by the gate. Suki, earn your fucking keep and get out there. Be a German Shepherd. No. Right. What on earth is going on?
No, it was the noise of the gate.
There we are. Well, it seems to be... Fuck me. What was it, George? Tom Jolly. Right. So, look at that.
There was this big fella out there, right? He was 6'9". I just basically squared up to him like that.
Thanks, Joe.
And
Well
to
done.
Matthew.
There we are. Lovely.
Well done, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Move that out. Give me the and we're back music, Nick.
Ba-na-na-na.
And we're back. So we were in Lochen.
Yeah.
And we were with the Steins. We were with the rowdiness. We just talked about your hands and the tape.
Yeah.
And we wrapped the tape so much around your hand and your wrist. And they said, no, you have to cut it. It's got to be clear from the wrist to the hand.
Yeah.
It can't be all in one piece, wasn't it?
So we had to basically separate the tape from the wrist.
Just cut that off.
And continue.
I think you hit, was it 15, 20?
15, 20, missed 25.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was 5 for 6. It was a gold medal.
Gold medal.
They played the anthem.
Fuck.
Which was
And the flag.
And
It
the
was
flag.
fucking nuts. They had the flag rising and the anthem. It was just bonkers,
It
wasn't
was
it?
mental. Absolutely mental.
How old were you?
14. So, you know, your first exposure to
Yeah.
an international event to be very inspiring. And it's just something that sticks in you. You know, it just gives you a taste for what's to come. And you don't necessarily know it then when you're 14 because you're very placid anyway as a kid. But you reflect on those moments and think, that's what sort of gave me the bug and gave me
I think so.
all of the intentions to continue and just having, you know, there's a photo I've still got at home of me sat in the back room with Jordan SAKKAS Gold Wales written on the chalkboard that I think Bacon and Josh Davis wrote.
That's right. Josh Davis is next to you, sat there.
Is that the photo that's in the gym?
Yes, the photos in the gym, and Geordie sat there all focused up. The tape is everywhere. You know, the fucking, you can't see the blood, but the blood's there. Josh is next to him. Fucking Bacon's in the same fucking room, and they've fucking written on the board there.
Yeah, and it was, you know, it's like going to those competitions, and weightlifting was still very much growing in Wales at that point, but to go there with Bacon and Josh and like these senior athletes who in my eyes then were, you know, just very inspiring people, very interesting people, just being around people that you're not necessarily used to day in the gym.
Katrin was there as well, wasn't she, for her first comp?
Katrin's first comp. So, I mean, Katrin and I have pretty much mirrored, or bar she's been far more successful than I. But we've gone through a very similar pathway in terms of our, you know, because Dave was there as well.
Yeah, Dave was there.
That was our first meeting with them too. So it was a lovely experience, and
it was,
and very unforgettable.
Yeah, I agree. And it was my first international coaching duty as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was boiling hot, and I remember the butcher. Remember going there, the butchers, fucking the butcher. We just had plates of sausage and sauerkraut because we arrived there and the whole town was closed. You couldn't get you couldn't get anything to eat. And we got there, we were fucking hungry, and the whole fucking town was closed. Yeah. Everything wouldn't open, and we had that chicken and fucking chips in the hotel, and that was just adequate. God bless him. But it was a brilliant experience, wasn't it? And we almost missed the flight on the way back. And, you know, so many stories that may never be told happened on that trip. So your first international competitions, the pair of you. So young lifters, you're out there, you're training, you're applying yourselves, you're listening to your coaches, you're competing, you're putting the work in, being consistent. And this is what it's for. You know, that first moment you get selected for your nation, your country, you put on the vest and you fly to a foreign land and represent your country and lift and win gold. And where did you place, Mike, in that?
Fourth, I think.
Fourth. I had a fucking lifetime best and all the rest of it. That's what it's all about. Put the training in and be patient and all the success will come. Right, boys.
Yeah.
What you got for me? Nick, what are you going to play this time? Because are we going to get fucking knocked out by YouTube? We've been, viewers, you may not know this, but we get shut down by YouTube for some of the music choices that Michael and Jordan make. None of mine, I would add. What you got for us, Nick? Well, hit a button. Yeah, we'll never get popped for this one. All right, then.
Right.
Michael Farmer's in.
So, our little segue today
Called Tweak My Twink.
is...
Go on, Mike. Don't let him get you down.
What motivates you? Why do you keep coming to the gym? What motivates you to succeed or not succeed? I'm going to put this to Jord.
Go on, then. What motivates you, George?
Me.
Yeah.
Saturday.
For the boys, isn't it?
I'm joking. I think...
I didn't get that.
No.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday with the boys and all that, and it's just
the weekend,
sort of
yeah.
the end of
Oh,
the
right.
week. So,
We...
wasn't very funny the first time.
It's worse now.
What motivates me? Very good question. One that's very difficult to answer, as you can tell.
What motivated you when you first got into the sport?
I don't think I was necessarily motivated when I started weightlifting. It was more a process that I just followed because I was told to go to the gym and
Oh, whoa. Who told you?
I was advised.
Who by?
Well, it wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, my name's Jordan, I'm going to start training. It was like, you offered.
There's an offer? That's not a tell.
I took it.
So you were
took the
offered
offer.
an opportunity and you took an opportunity.
I was offered an opportunity to spend a bit of time with my uncle. Meet my uncle for the first time.
Right. This is quite important.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan's uncle. You may not know this.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet him until probably 10.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell that story.
No.
Right? But I met him late in life. I'd seen him when he was a child, of course, but fucking hell, I wasn't interested in Jordan. I remember saying to his father, my value and worth will come about when the boy's of age. And fuck me, is it true?
Yeah.
So we hadn't met much, had we? Maybe we'd met 5 times in your life by the time you were 10.
Yeah, sure.
I can't imagine it was more than that.
No.
If your mum or dad wants to correct me, I'll happily
Well,
correct that. But
you were just known in the family as the mad uncle that, Dad called you Mr. Ben, didn't he? So it was just like,
yeah, Mr. Bent.
it was like, I wonder what my uncle's doing as a career choice now, and then we put the telly on and you'd be on QVC or,
All sorts.
or we'd go to your restaurant or whatever, but it would be very infrequent. Yeah. And then it came a point where I think we went over yours on around Christmas time, and spent a few evenings with you, and then on my 12th birthday you bought me a kettlebell.
Fucking great present.
And we started doing kettlebells together.
Yeah, what was it? 12 kilo?
12 kilo kettlebell, and
Nice.
we do I remember it.
It was a blue one.
Yeah, it was a blue kettlebell.
Where is it?
I think Tom Ireland might have it.
Fucking Tom Island Life. He's got my 28, haven't he?
Yeah, he actually carried that on the train to Bath. But yeah, you'd come over and we'd do a 10-minute long cycle on a clean and jerk, and then we'd do a 5-minute snatch cycle, and it would be it'd be brilliant. And then we do some box jumps in the back garden, and we do bits and bobs. And then you would literally drive down maybe 3 times a week, and we would do things like that. And we would do
fucking hell.
We do snatch, clean and jerk with a barbell in my garage.
Yeah.
And we'd also do a bit of boxing, or like, you know, on the punch bag. We did random shit that, you know, just got me active. And then slowly it would be a case of us, of me coming down to the gym and training with you on a Friday and staying over and doing a Saturday. And, you know, that's basically just how it started. And it escalated to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and just became a habit, you know, a part of the routine. And I'd have phases growing up where I would do that all the time, and then phases where I'd drop out for a few months and then come back in. And but it was, I'm not sure. I can't put it down to motivation, because I wasn't driven then to do weightlifting or to be competitive or even to be fit and active. I just, for whatever reason, decided to do it, up to a point where we started competing, and then you're sort of motivated by that feeling of success and that feeling of growth. I think progress is such a motivating feeling in itself. You know, to get better and feel like you're improving on something is a very, it's, you know, it's addictive, and you want, you know, there's obviously a hormonal release in that, and you want to feel that way a lot. And back then, when that's the beauty of weightlifting and anything you do, is when you start doing it, if you're consistent, you're going to get better. And then that feeling of getting better, you become addicted to. And as it gets harder, you know, by which point you're already in it and you're doing it. But back then, you know, you're 13 years old, you start doing something enough and you're getting better. And that was a great feeling. It was also just great to get to know you, you know, because I suppose as an outsider in the family, I'm not calling you the outsider of the family, but
I'm in the fucking centre.
But we didn't know each other, or I certainly didn't know you beyond, you know, your career choices and whatever. But just to get to know what you're about, and you know, it's just little memories you have of like getting up in the morning. I'd never woken up at 5:30 before. I started doing that with you, and that was just fucking mental. And you'd be like, Jord, I've run a bath, and this would be at 5:30 in the morning. He'd wake me up and say, there's a bath run for you. And I remember little weird things you remember, like dipping your foot in the bath and being like, this is the most scorching bath. I swear you've done it purposefully. It would be the hottest bath you've ever experienced, and I'd think, I can't get in this. Sometimes I wouldn't get in a bath, for fuck's sake. I'd just be like sat outside the bath. You know, and you'd have this bath early doors in the morning, and then it would be an icy day in the tranche, and you'd be telling me about how to drive in ice and things like that. Well, that's things you don't think about when you're 13. You'd say a low gear and don't brake. I remember those things.
There you go.
Yeah, I've gone on a weird tangent here, but it's very nostalgic and it's
It
very
is very
enjoyable.
nostalgic. And do you know what? It leads us to... We'll come back to that maybe. I don't know if we're going to fucking think. But it comes to, like, I've written down, it's our 10 years of Willpower this year. In fact, it's 10 years in April that the gym will have been here, and those early memories that you have, I've no recollection of running you a bath at all. I have no fucking recall of whatever the fuck he's just telling me. I just forgot all about it. But we've been here for 10 years. And in 10 years, I cannot list everything that we've achieved, because it's too much to recall in my vodka-drunk brain. But that, for you, you know, 12 years old, 13 years old, 9 years ago, that's what creates you've got to be crazy enough to fucking do something. And weightlifting's a crazy sport. You can't be normal to be a weightlifter, to want to fucking do it every single day. And something's going to get you out of bed to go to the gym, or it's going to get you from work into the gym. Every single day, you've got to fucking turn up and do the fucking training. And the training is difficult. The training is arduous. Your body's going to be sore, absolutely. And here, I feel it's crazy enough to make it fucking It's a distraction. The craziness allows you to distract yourself long enough to do the training and then look at and absorb all the fucking crazy shit that fucking happens here.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd almost say, without underplaying the training aspect of it, the training feels like a result or secondary to the fact that you're not traveling here to train per se. You're traveling here because you've always traveled here and because you want to see the people that you see every day.
Right.
And the training is secondary to
And
that.
I think that's the motivation.
And right. So the
That's
motivation
Motivation.
changes over time.
Yeah.
Right? You come here because you have a goal. That's what you think. And we use weightlifting as the sort of attraction. People come here to do weightlifting, and then all of a sudden they get into willpower, and it's like, fuck, this place is crazy. And I'm doing training on the side. It's like, fucking, this is enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it just got crazier and fucking crazier. Ironically, I feel I've mellowed out over the years.
Yeah.
Anyone? Captain, do you think I've mellowed?
Yes.
Am I less crazy now than when you met me?
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
You
So
are mellowed though.
You've
yeah.
so
mellowed
I'm
in
more
many-
crazy, but I'm mellower crazy.
You've mellowed in many ways, but craziness I don't think is...
Michael, so we'll do two things. We'll do your motivation,
Yeah.
but also, your memories of your time here, your first time here.
Yeah, my first time here. I went on the second platform, and you just said, get warm. I was getting warm for about an hour as you were doing other things, coaching, etc. Didn't really matter that much. And then all you said to me was, right, load up 60k. I was like, oh, right, cool. I'm going to do some lifting. I'm going to lift heavy because 60 was quite heavy back then. And all you made me do is pause at the knee. Yeah. And the whole gym was watching me pause at the knee.
The whole gym.
The whole gym. Shaking like a shitting dog.
Not Suki.
Not Suki. Twink.
Twink dog. Fucking Bichon.
Michael, why are you shaking? Why are you shaking?
Yeah.
I don't know, Justin. It's like, that. It's like, what? That's why you can't lift. Instantly we discovered, right, well, I've got no posterior chain, I've got no positional strength, and that's my limiting factor. Bang. There's about a year's worth of coaching done in about 10 minutes. Just by one exercise and one demonstration to me. And that really resonated with me, was a physical representation of what was limiting me, rather than some very complicated sports science crap or technique, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm weak here. That's why I can't lift anymore. Great.
Yep.
And that stuck with me, that you as a coach, because I don't think you were coaching me then. I just popped up for the day, just for a bit of advice, which is very kind of you.
Very kind person.
And that's what I just thought. Wow, this man, I don't know very well, but he's invited me to his gym. The only person who would speak to me at a competition way back when. He can see stuff that other people can't see, and he resonates with me, and it all makes sense. So I'm like, well, I should be coached by him. It was just a logical.
So how long
explanation.
before you came in to be an athlete here was that first? Cause I don't remember that time at all. my viewer, you may. I'm fucking 50 this year. My memory's failing me. Go on, Mike.
So I did a Welsh schools in about February time.
Yeah.
we first met.
Where we first met.
Yeah.
And Jordan was naked.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
We've done bollock weighing in naked, haven't we?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Go back and look.
Bollock weight at the Red Brick. Yeah.
And then I went to GB with Malta in May.
Yeah.
Which is when my birthday is.
Happy birthday. Don't know why we're doing that now.
I don't know. That seemed apt. And then I came to you. You started coaching me just after I went to the Europeans in September, just before we went to Malaysia in late October.
I thought I coached you before before the Europeans. Yeah.
Oh, it was very close to the Europeans.
Yeah, because you came in broken down, weren't you? You were like a fucking racehorse with fucking blistering. You were broken down. You were breaking a lot.
I was lost. I was getting injured.
Yeah.
All of my GPP, if you'd call it that, through CrossFit seemed to run out.
Yeah.
It was all of a sudden, oh, he snatches 85k. He's the best thing since sliced bread, as people in the CrossFit community were saying. Because I was young, and that's what most men could snatch, was about 80, 85. So in my eyes, then I was very impressive, and it was very humbling then to look at sort of the start list for Europeans, and they're lifting loads more, and it's like, right, that's put me in my place. How will I progress? And I don't feel like I could have progressed just doing GPP. It was time to be weightlifting specific. Let's drop out the CrossFit. Let's do weightlifting. And my logical thought was, well, I need a weightlifting coach. And there's a very kind man, not too far from where I live, and he's the most logical source. And I think that's how it sort of kicked off.
Yeah. And I remember your dad coming in and saying to me, he came into the office, and I remember that conversation well. And he said, will you? I said, I will. And that was it. We've been together ever since. 16 years old. So you found it because you were hungry for the success.
Yeah.
This one just wanted a relationship with somebody else. God bless.
Not
A family member. Well, sort of true. Captain, tell us about your first trips to the Willpower.
My first trips to the Willpower were completely on my own,
Yeah.
weren't they, for a long time? Probably about,
So why did you come here? What were you doing? Who were you?
I didn't know. I don't know why I came here. I came here, yeah, but I came here because of CrossFit to do weightlifting, but no confidence at all. But I wouldn't
Why
say
did you
anything-
what was it about the weightlifting part of your CrossFit training that you thought, I'd like the weightlifting
I
bit?
just enjoyed that more than the rest of
Right.
it. So that's why I came here. Livia brought me here,
Thanks, Liv.
but it is to do with weightlifting now, but at the time I think it was more to do with me and my confidence, which is what this place has brought me. So these guys, it was weightlifting. I don't even think it was weightlifting to start with, was
Right.
it? Yeah. And I
But
think it's
something gets you to write the message, doesn't it? Something takes you from, okay, I like the weightlifting part. And yeah, we're local. So there was a proximity. You were training in the other place over there. And then you say, I'll try this here.
and it gave me confidence. That's what I liked.
So I remember you used to turn up like about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when no one was in the gym.
just me and you.
Just me and you. And for
you on your chair.
me on my chair, I'd just pull up my chair and then we'd go through it.
Yeah.
We'd
for a
have to
long time.
be very careful with the colours,
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Any change in the colours would sort of disrupt, and the fucking Beowulf would run to the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it only took me being ill, didn't it, for me to come in the evenings then,
Yeah.
which was the best thing I ever did,
Yeah.
which I didn't realise before. And now, well, yeah, that's my motivation, just coming here. These lot, the girls.
And the family,
are.
isn't it? It's that
Yeah,
like
it
like
is.
we now have a close family here, which is mature, but it wasn't, back in the days. So more. So you and I started here like day one, literally together, didn't we?
Yeah.
You knowing fuck all, and me knowing just a bit more than fuck all, right? I'm not lying.
No.
Like that's a fucking truism. I had belief in what we could do, but we were working it out as we went along, and that was the way we started it, or the way I started it. And we had our band of merry men here and women, and we just put somewhere on the we're a social enterprise. You probably don't know this, but we are a social enterprise, non-profit. And on the social enterprise thing, when you set a social enterprise up, you must put down your reason for being a social enterprise. And I think it was to bring the sport of weightlifting to the community of Pontypool or Torfaen or whatever I wrote on it. And that I wouldn't change that now because it's completely true. And the umbrella's just got bigger. We've just been able to reach more people because of things like
the
this
same
and
10
whatever it
years
is. But
on.
it's the same thing. We want to bring weightlifting to people who are interested in weightlifting. And now when you apply for your membership and you come and train here, you are joining something that is that has gravity, and it has history, and it has all of the things that we've achieved over the years. So it is something, but then it wasn't anything. You know, at the early days, we hadn't done fuck all. We hadn't done any weightlifting. We hadn't done any training. We haven't been to competitions. We had to learn on the job, as it were, every single time. And, you know, you met us, Mike, in 2015, 16, something like that. So you saw us after 3 or so years, and we learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd been to competitions. You know, you were there. I think Josh McCarthy was at that competition as well. Josh, if you ever listen to this, you know, Josh was one of those fucking behemoths, wasn't he? He was
Brilliant.
like a year older than you, I think.
2 years older.
Right. He was just a little bit older.
Looked about a decade older.
He looked like he was 50 when he was fucking 16. He had fucking Neanderthal growth everywhere. He'd back squatted 200.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was like
that was
so
like big.
Fuck. He's back squatted 200, and Josh was 16 years old, and he was just a fucking gorilla, wasn't he? A great boy, and he was a great training partner, and just a fucking lovely kid. And so we were drawing in people like that, and it was a very, you know, those early times are seminal for where the direction's going. And so we were attracting more weightlifters, and we were going to competitions, and, you know, then, you know, we pick up Mike, we pick up Rod, and, you know, we start on our way. And those, you know, the part 2 of this, viewer, I've got part 1 written down on my sheet here. We're going to do next time, we're going to try to give you a sort of history of the decade that we've been here. And if you've been a member of Willpower, and you have an insight or a memory or a story or something that really sort of exemplifies why you trained here for a week, a year, or more, send it to us or contact me personally, because you'll probably have my number. And I'd like you to send it in so we can discuss it and, you know, share these memories in this decade of us being here. Because everybody will have something either that I've said that may not be repeatable, mark you, or that you've experienced here, and we'd like to share it in the next one of these, which will be part 2 of the sort of 10-year anniversary that we'll record, you know, sometime in April to be released on the 1st of May, which ironically will be at the same time as the Willpower competition. Right? There we are. I've rounded that circle. All right, I'm done. You done?
Yeah.
Right, we know why we're training. Because we want to go to fucking international competitions. And we know why we're here, because it's fucking Willpower and we love it. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.
Good training week. Geordie, well done. We'll see you on the calories next time.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
The captain will have fucking earned some shillings because she'll have cut some hair. Yeah. And no doubt I will have bought some vodka that is from either Poland or Latvia. We'll see you next time on the Willpower Weightlifting Podcast. Good night.